Why do skeletons hate fighting? Because they don't have any guts. What is going on, YouTube? And I will tell you what's up, and that is because I have the coolest channel update that I have had since starting this channel just 3 years ago. It's actually our channel birthday, so exciting times all around. And that is Zenimax Interactive has sent me a package to open for you guys and to theorize what 2024 is going to bring. So without further ado, let's crack this bad boy open. And I will never claim to be a professional unboxer, so here we are just going to kind of slowly take everything out of the box. You can see it as I did, with tons of petals that we're going to kind of put off to the side to really add to the ambiance that Zenimax had packed into the box here themselves. Make sure that we get all the little pieces and everything put around. We have a tab, which we will open later. Definitely feels like a puzzle piece. And then we have a letter to go along with it. So this is in total everything that we have so far out of the box. So I figure we'll start with the puzzle piece first because it seems to be the most interesting piece. Now, Zenimax has put on their Facebook page what I believe that this is going to be. I believe I'm going to get my own version of it, and I am, and it's going to be a glass piece that you're going to see on the website there. Now, we'll have a breakdown here at the end of the video as to how this kind of fits in together with everything else, as well as my theories. Unfortunately, the coloring does not go very well in the light that I have here. Then we have the letter, which is always going to be pretty juicy in my opinion. So here's what we have for the letter. And here you get a perfect view of the letter, which I will read out to you guys here. Adventurer, gather your allies and head for the southwest coast. I'm investigating a band of my kin that has abandoned the pact and require your assistance. They appear to be searching for something of great importance. They're well armed and clearly dangerous, so be careful. From what I could discern of their plans, it has something to do with the fragment included in this letter. Examine it closely and repeat your findings back to me personally in Gratwood. Perhaps we can solve the puzzle together. And don't allow any would-be emperor or Salishi wing to delay you. And don't tell my sister. She's perfectly capable of finding trouble without your help. Baragon. So this letter is exceptionally important around the locations of where we're going to be. I think if I had to break it down, we pretty much have a general idea. We've got the Green Pact, we have got Gratwood. I really think that we have kind of nailed down the area that we're going to be with this letter, and then the puzzle piece is going to kind of give us a clue as to what's going on. And because the letter ends with "Don't talk to my sister," that is the first thing that we're going to do, and you are going to be able to find her in Gideon if you have completed all of her main story quests. Namely, you will need to complete the Overland story quest for the Fargrave DLC, and you will find her here, and she has some very interesting dialogue for us to unpack here. And if you ask her what's next for her, she's going to tell you that she is going to stick around here for a while with her brother. And then what's going to happen? She's going to return to Valenwood and maybe help round up any remaining cultists still hiding in the wilderness, which is an exceptional clue based on the letter that we just read. And if you ask her, I suppose we're going to have to figure out what to do with the ambition. She says, I do hate leaving a story half finished. One time I lost a book I was reading and it drove me crazy. But yes, at some point we should find the fourth ambition and make sure none of them wind up sacrificed to Maroon's Dagon, which is, in my opinion, a huge clue for the 2024 storyline. And if you're wondering where the area that we're likely looking in, my theory is we're going to be right in this northern tip right here, and we are going to have a combined storyline that includes both the cultists and the Valenwood individuals, but we are also going to include what we had talked about in our theory video previously, which is Skingrad. I believe that that is the area that we are going to focus on here. As you can see, that would line up pretty well with our theory location-wise. We would be just below Skingrad in that area that includes Valenwood, which would be a really cool place for us to do a storyline. The question that's going to be really hard to kind of figure out and discern is what actually is the storyline, because last year, knowing that we're going to Necrom is half the battle. What actually happens there is going to be pretty hard to figure out. But let's figure out what we've learned so far from our puzzle piece. And here we get our interesting actual breakdown. So you guys remember my puzzle piece? Well, if you were to combine all of the puzzle pieces created and received by the content creators, you would receive this image. And there's a whole lot of interesting things that could be going on with this imagery. For example, we're not going to go through all of it, but we are going to use this as a video to kind of theorize and go over, because tomorrow we're going to be making a deep dive video. Probably thinking to yourself, Jake, aren't you just going to make the deep dive video now? The answer is no, because we have been working on this in Discord together. So I'm going to give you my 1,000-foot overview thoughts, but then we're going to come together in my Discord and go, you know what? This is the theory. This is what we think is going to happen. This is what we think we're going to focus on this year, because we are continuing to find more information, hidden information inside of the symbols, inside of the letters, hidden references in the game, and we're going to continue to find more. So it only makes sense that we come together as a community to work on this versus me just seeing this on Twitter and going, oh guys, look at this. We're going to solve this case. We're going to solve it together. But let's break it down to start that conversation. So we start off with a Mages Guild symbol, very prevalent at the top there. Then we've got the Felinistry trees. It's also notable, if you remember in 2023 when I went to the in-person Las Vegas event, I asked the developers for a clue, and they told me that they could give me a color clue, and it was autumn. That was the clue that they could give me. So that was a very interesting clue that they were able to provide. So we'll see if that has any references in addition to just being Felinistry, which would kind of really put us in the area that we've kind of talked about being in. We've got a Hermaeus Mora symbol. Then we've got a possible Leer to Jeffrey. Then we've got a crown to Mephala. Then we've got more Felinistries. The Skingrad city emblem, which is huge. Skingrad's going to be potentially very big, obviously, for us. Back to Felinistry, an Iliad tree, same symbol as the other side, and a potential reference to the Order of the Lamp. And I have two major theories that I want to talk to you guys about, and you can tell me if I'm wrong in Discord in the comments below. But let's go through these because I think they're just so fun. If you guys think back to last year's kind of guess prediction where we were able to correctly guess Necrom, we utilized a very simple formula. And the simple formula is, this is a very popular DLC, which was the Dragon Guard DLC. And therefore, going and utilizing that same kind of concept with the black books, with the potential Hermaeus Mora interaction would potentially be a really cool storyline. Not the first time they've done that. If you think about the Dawnguard DLC, think about how many references and stuff there was in the Western Skyrim and the Reach, and think about how that pairs really closely to the Dawnguard DLC. If you think about the Oblivion main story quest, think about how that ties very closely to the Blackwood storyline. So they are notorious for utilizing previously used storylines and kind of rehashing them in new and exciting ways. And two come to mind as potential places that we could go in this Valenwood kind of area, because as I said earlier, the area itself is a portion of it, but the actual storyline could be totally separate. For example, Necrom is not necessarily tied directly to Hermaeus Mora, but that doesn't necessarily mean that they couldn't be involved. That's why the symbols to him were so unique and important when we did the actual theory breakdown videos, when we were able to get the clues for last year. So now that we have this, what are we thinking? And my mind immediately goes to the Knights of the Nine DLC. We've got Stained Glass, which really gives us that Aedra feel. We have that same kind of, essence of the Knights of the Nine, where we're really working with the Aedra and banishing, somebody through that DLC. I could definitely see them being involved in some capacity. They even could be potentially involved in the ongoing storyline with one of the Flames of Ambition, potentially even too with the long lost Daedric Prince. That was kind of the teaser for last year and where all of those things left off. And I think that would be a really unique kind of story beat to do, but that is actually what I think is potentially likely to happen. But this theory I like even more just because it's so fun. What immediately comes to mind for me is we see the Mages Guild symbol, we see Hermaeus Mora symbol, and then we see the blue portal in the middle. And if you're already picking up what I'm putting down, you're pretty excited because, hear me out, I think that this is a Shivering Isles DLC expansion. We are put right in the area between the Cyrodiil and Valenwood, which is right where the entrance to the Shivering Isles is. As you guys remember, Sheogorath was a key pivotal figure inside of the Mages Guild storyline. It was hugely important to it. And for those of you who want that tie-in to last year's, Hermaeus Mora was also directly involved with taking down Jiggalad and the creation of Sheogorath himself, which I think would be immensely cool to see here on as a storyline. Not only are we working with the lost Daedric Prince, but potentially we're going to the Prince of Madness to see his kind of squabbles and fights with Hermaeus Mora himself, who we already see on here as referenced. And to further hit it home, right inside the entrance to the Shivering Isles, we have this blue-purple portal entrance, which is the exact same color that you guys saw right in the center of that diagram, leading me to believe that that is an entrance to the Shivering Isles that they are hinting at. And I believe that he will be directly involved in the main storyline inside of the new zone content. Now, this isn't a definite theory. We're going to talk about it in the actual Discord. It's going to be a fun overnight content, and then tomorrow we'll come back with all of our thoughts and together and really put it together. This is just my 1,000-foot shooting off in every direction type video because, to be honest, I also thought College of Winterhold. Then I thought to myself, Q4 update, what are they going to be doing for a Q4 update this year? And for the Q4 update, I don't think they're being subtle at all here. So this is on their main homepage, and they say that we are crafting something special for this year in the Elder Scrolls Online. And they have the Pyromancies emote above it with two people who look like they are spellcrafting. I think that spellcrafting is going to be the Q4 update for this year. You will remember that last year I was hesitant to really endorse spellcrafting. I thought that they were going to do something a bit more formulaic, which was a class and which was essentially an arena, and I thought that was a bit more their speed, and I think it overall worked out very well for them because it added great new content that everyone was super interested in, but it was a bit more something that we knew. And now I think this year they're going to take this continuation of the multi-year storyline and having a free full update just to do something wacky like this. Now I think they're going to go buck wild in that spellcrafting. But dear friends, this is now where we come together to solve the mystery ourselves. I will be in the Discord all night with my letter and my puzzle piece, as well as all this other information, because we are going to crack the case and come together with a conclusive answer as to what's going to be going on in the Elder Scrolls Online for this year. I need your help. I can only go so far. I've tried other things, such as talking to the brother. He doesn't really have a whole lot to say. I've held up the letter to light. I've tried heating it safely to see if there's any sort of hidden messages, because last year there was a hidden message that if you were to hold it up to heat, you would see Hermaeus Morris symbol. So this could potentially be some even more hidden messages on some of these things. So we're going to work together. In the description below, you'll find the Discord. I hope to see you there. Thank you guys so much again for watching. Quick reminders, like, subscribe. We are on our 3-year anniversary as a YouTube channel, and that is a crazy thing to think about, that we're almost at 20,000 subscribers, and we are doing our giveaway drawings for this month as we do every month. Thank you guys so much again, and I will catch you later. Bye, guys.
You better remember to like and subscribe to Jake Clips. Or you should. I might have to pluck your eyes if you don't. Or, better yet, I'll skip rope with your entrails. Do it now. Subscribe. Ta-ta. Off with you.
Family Feud question, had to do it. What is your favorite Daedric prince? And as a fun channel update, while I was recording this video, all of the items that I need to use my new equipment is here. My SSD card reader, the green screen, it's all here now. And we're going to be able to get some cooler kind of features going with editing, recording, and whatnot. So excited to share that with you guys. Thank you guys so much again for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.